do a quick short video. I'll do my longer educational video a little bit later, but I want to talk to you about making decisions. One of the main questions I've been getting more recently from patients and people that work with us in the Healing Kitchen is, what do I do for Thanksgiving? I'm not sure what food to bring. Do I eat this food? I don't want to be rude. I don't want to hurt people's feelings. So I think this really gets back to understanding that you must make a decision what you'd like to do, because really planning and preparation, regardless of what your decision finally is really where you'll find that the stress decreases. And so this could be as simple as, I'm going to enjoy my meal like with everybody else once a year. Maybe it's Thanksgiving, maybe it's Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate. And that's fine too, as long as you go in prepared, understanding that maybe if you've been eating more of a whole food plant-based diet more recently and you do consume some of that food, you may not feel so well afterwards. So there will be consequences to every decision, but you have to be okay with that. So that's why I'm all about making a decision, sticking with it, and then, being okay with the outcome. Now, you may need some flexibility. You may decide that maybe I don't want to necessarily eat this, but now we've created more of a stress situation. So what I'd like to do is kind of work through some scenarios. Scenario number one is that you decide to go and just eat the foods that everybody else wants to do, and that's okay. You probably won't feel real good afterwards. Number two is that you bring one dish that you know that you can eat. That would be great too, right? So something maybe a little more hearty, that can be very helpful. Number three is speaking to the host or wherever you're going and asking them, hey, can I help bring some food? Can I come over and help you? Can I give you some of my dietary restrictions? That's another suggestion, especially if you know someone or their family. And number four is that you bring your entire meal. This is what we've chosen to do. So I'm actually here in the parking lot in a restaurant called Donna Jean's here in San Diego. It is quite delicious, and they offered catering for four. There's only two of us, but we're going to my son, his wife's family, who are not plant-based. We're bringing food and because I didn't want to be hungry and I wanted to enjoy their company without them having to worry, because I don't know these folks super well. I mean, I know them and they understand we're plant-based, but I also didn't want to have them stress. I mean, the holidays are busy enough without having to additionally two other people in their dietary choices. So that was the choice that we chose to make. So I'm waiting for the last few minutes till I can pick up the food. So that is one other strategy. The other strategy would be to host Thanksgiving at your home, right? If you are the one hosting it, you get to decide. Now, this is a really interesting precarious situation, and it really depends on how you view what you're doing. And then this is where I say it's really important to remember your why. So when I went first plant-based almost 13 years ago in early 2012, I didn't really think when we first went plant-based about the holidays until the holidays came. And I was pretty straightforward with in my head, I'm like, I eat plant-based. People come to our home, they're gonna eat plant-based too. It didn't even dawn on me that I would offer something else. But my husband, he is like, Lori, we've invited people who don't eat a plant-based diet. This is their holiday. We should be good hosts, because then that's his mind. That was the most important part. And feed them, what they're expecting. So I sat with that for a moment and I really thought to myself, okay, I have two choices here. I could go buy a turkey and feed it and cut it and eat it, or not eat it, but cook it and feed it to people. Or I could choose to introduce this way of eating to the people who are coming over. And that's what I chose to do. I said, listen, I see food as fuel. I see food as healing. And I will not actually go and buy or give someone food that I feel is going to be harmful to them, especially animal products. I literally could not do it. And honestly, I struggle to walk down the meat aisle or cheese. It really makes me nauseous seeing milk and eggs. I physically have a response to it. Like my body, my mind, my soul I'm not going to eat animal products. It started with, a patient doing really well, and then I got curious and the science convinced me, but now it is the way it is. And I'm 54, I feel great, and I'm moving on. And what was interesting about that experience is, for me, I remember the why I went plant-based. One was that I saw it did amazing things for my patients. Two, I also felt amazing on it. And three, I understood that food is love, right? So when I was cooking these meals, these plant-based meals, I made them taste good. Like I really worked hard on the recipes and made sure that I owned what I was coming out of that kitchen was good. And I got great feedback. There was some interesting goofy comments, but it was all good, all in jest. But at the end of the day, I felt good about offering food that I knew would be healing and nourishing to the people I had invited to my home to share a meal of Thanksgiving. I could not possibly think of offering anything else. And I knew that afterwards, they wouldn't be, upset stomachs, or that after you eat a lot of, at your typical Thanksgiving, you need to go take a nap. We had energy and felt good. And those are the things that I want to chase after with people. When I want them to understand they have a choice, but regardless of what that choice is, you make a mindful choice. You don't make one out of fear or reaction. You sit back and think about, what do you want and what do you want to partake in? At the end of the day, it's still your choice, and there's no right or wrong answer. Each person will be on their own journey and decide what that is for them. But you may decide, if you choose, let's say, to eat the whatever the meal is served to you and you don't feel well, maybe you make a different decision for the following holiday, right? And so again, these are all learning opportunities. And this is where I'm kind of liking this whole little message in the moment lives that I'll be doing. Try to do them as many as I can. Um, because I think every moment has its message to you, and teaching and learning, and I'm really enjoying it. I might actually bring my art into it and start thinking of ways to illustrate these messages in the moment. So I hope that helps anybody who's struggling with decisions on at least a plant-based diet, but this really could be for anything, right, in life, is understanding your why and what you need and desire. What are your values? I think one of the things that really got to me one time, I had a patient. I always ask my patients what are their values. And one of my patients, on the intake form, they write it out, said she didn't know. And that really broke my heart. Some people, I'll also say, what is your purpose in life? There's like, I don't have one. And that's okay too. I think that's fine. Um, but it really kind of speaks to what do they love. And typically these individuals are struggling with depression, or really kind of feeling like they're floundering. One, because their health is in demise, or it's kind of curtailing down, and they want to go plant-based to help improve their health. Sometimes I have to convince them that they are worthy of the effort to engage in a whole food plant-based diet and exercise. And that is a devastating place to be as a human being. And that's another reason I'm on here talking to you guys, because you are absolutely worth it. So there's my message in this moment. I hope you found this helpful. Everyone have a beautiful and lovely and safe Thanksgiving tomorrow. I'll be back later today of talking about why you struggle to lose weight on with menopause, and why some people don't lose weight on a plant-based diet. There's some interesting things there to think about. So thanks everyone. Appreciate you all. Sending gratitude, joy, love, and healing as always. Bye.